Hey, this is Steven Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus NXT. This is from July 27th, 2021. A very good show. A number of things advanced. We're talking about August 22nd is the next Takeover, and they're already setting wheels in motion. Have a few matches already set, and they've built stuff up for next week. The Dakota Kai turn, to me, was the most interesting thing that happened, but certainly the news that Samoa Joe is going to be back in the ring, advancing things between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Hit Row taking their first sort of visible loss, but in a way that kind of made sense and advanced something. And same with Frankie Monet. So let's get into it. So we open. They tell us Bronson Reed and Adam Cole is going to be the main event, which makes sense. We open with Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher against Lorcan and Dunn. Really, you're not going to get a much better match to open on an NXT. It's really, really great. And at the end of the day, Ridge Holland appears on the other side of the barrier, dropping Thatcher. And then at the end, they hit the bitter end to win. Dunn and Lorcan do. So Holland gets attacked by Thatcher, of course, but Holland levels him. It's a great look for Holland, Dunn, and Lorcan, and they beat up the baby faces. Samoa. We get a breakout tournament video package on Carmelo Hayes. We see Samoa Joe arriving to the building in the back. And we go to commercial. So we've set up a bunch of things. We know we're going to have a breakout tournament. We know Samoa Joe is here. We're back from the break. We get a video from earlier with Hit Row dropping rhymes and warnings to Imperium and Legado del Fantasma. All that makes sense. And Samoa Joe comes to the ring to a big pop. He's got a Provoke Me t-shirt. He takes the mic and he has angry words for Karrion Kross. He knows Kross is too much of a gutless coward to be in the building. He asks William Regal to join him in the ring. Regal comes out. Joe has a binder of paperwork on the table with the NXT logo in it. He wants to what Joe wants. Step one, Joe's going to tender his resignation and quit NXT management. And he wants to be back on the active NXT roster. And Regal does. And then he wants to make Joe versus Kross official for the title at Takeover. And the crowd is going crazy. And then Regal signs it. Awesome. Great stuff. Great way to bring it in. All logical progression. Love it. Breakout tournament video package on Josh Briggs, who puts out a warning to the opponent. We come back from the break, and we got LA Knight on the golf course with his butler Cameron Grimes. Grimes bets $1,000 Grimes will hit the ball in the trees. The bet is raised to $5,000. Knight ends up hitting the CGI ball. It's pretty obvious, see that, into the woods. And Grimes taunts him, saying he owes him $5,000. As we get our Josh Briggs, Carmelo Hayes breakout tournament match, it's very good. He basically hits a Rough Rider or whatever they're calling it nowadays, and Carmelo Hayes wins. We see the video where Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Frankie Monet with the Robert Stone brand, where Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro interrupted, telling them to get back in the line when it came to an NXT Women's title shot. So that's what set up tonight's match. And still to come, Raquel Gonzalez, who's the NXT Women's Champion, and Dakota Kai will address the NXT Women's division. Back from the break, Cameron Grimes is distracting LA Knight, causing him to hit a golf ball into the water. Grimes laughs. Knight makes him get the ball. Grimes is all wet, but then Ted DiBiase rolls up in his golf cart. Ted asks Grimes why he's doing this. Grimes figured Ted would be upset with him if he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Ted gives him some words of encouragement. He says Grimes was born to be a champion, not a butler. He needs to fight for what he wants. Nice. We see Ridge Holland returning earlier tonight. Cameraman catches up with Holland, Dunn, and Lorcan. Holland is asked why he did what he did. He says it's none of your business. And Thatcher isn't the first person he smashed up. He won't be the last. So we got Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Gonzalez talks a lot about who she's beaten and all that kind of stuff. And then Dakota Kai says, as long as Dakota Kai has her back, Gonzalez will always be champion, raises her arm, and then nails her with a running kick. It's really well done. I advise you go see this segment. I thought it was fantastic. It was really great. It was out of the blue. It was set up nicely. A little bit of foreshadowing, but not too much. I just really like that segment. Adam Cole's backstage with words for Bronson Reed and Kyle O'Reilly. He says Reed lost the North American title because he's not good enough, and he doesn't give a damn about Reed's 14-year journey, etc. So we're back from the break, and the NXT Women's Tag Champs, who are Io Shirai and Zoe Stark, are training. Basically, they gotta keep their uneasy alliance and strengthen it just a bit. Mandy Rose is backstage talking with Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, but we can't hear what they're saying. Rose sees the camera and says to get out of here. So then we have Caden Carter and Casey against Frankie Monet and Jessie Camilla. I thought this was really well done because at some point, the sort of hidden specter in the room is, well, Frankie Monet, when's she going to lose? And so they had her get pinned in this tag thing as a way to advance the issues between Robert Stone and Monet, which I think is really good. And now we can all kind of breathe a sigh of relief, and now Monet can do whatever Monet is going to do without the specter of but you're undefeated. That's great. We go to Wade Barrett's sit-down interview with Malcolm Bivens and Roderick Strong of the Diamond Mine. So Bivens is gunning for an NXT Cruiserweight shot from Kushida, but the next money match for Diamond Mine is Strong versus Bobby Fish. Bivens agrees and the match is set for next week, and Strong says when he finishes Fish off, this will be over. Great. We get a replay of the NXT UK video where they announced basically Ilja Dragunov against NXT UK champ Walter for Takeover 36. It's awesome. We got a replay of Dakota Kai turning on Raquel Gonzalez. Imperium versus Hit Row. I thought it worked and flowed really well. And again, Imperium gets the win, which I thought was really strong. And of course, Imperium goes to stand tall, but Wilde and Mendoza attack them as Santos smiles at ringside. Dalla runs in and attacks Wilde and Mendoza, but Santos comes in and takes him out. So they're chanting for Swerve. Hit Row stands tall at the end of this, and we've got a very interesting mix of people. Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell are backstage talking about issues within the way, and Austin Theory walking out last week. But a drawing is delivered. They think it's Theory who knocks on the door, but it's a drawing delivered from Dexter Loomis. Yeah. Showing him and the family replacing Theory. Indy loves the idea, but Gargano says no way. So Indy proposes a match between Loomis and Gargano. If Loomis wins, the Way has to give him a chance, but if Gargano wins, they're done with Loomis as a group. We see Bronson Reed warming up. We go back to commercial. Back from the break, we get another golf course segment. Grizzled young veterans are there golfing. Zach Gibson proposes a double or nothing bet worth 20 grand. Which, of course, Cameron Grimes got him into that trouble. So Knight orders Grimes to never speak for him again. Knight is up. He hits the ball into the water once again. He isn't happy, telling Grimes to do it if he thinks he can hit the ball better. Grimes ends up hitting Knight below the belt a few times, then hitting a hole-in-one. Grimes blames the low shots on Gibson and James Drake. Knight chases them away while Grimes comments on how fun golf is. Ridiculous. Announced for next week is Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong, Trey Baxter versus Joe Gacy in the final breakout tournament first round match, and the Love Her or Lose Her match with Johnny Gargano versus Dexter Lumis. And we get Bronson Reed versus Adam Cole, which is very good. Adam Cole eventually ends up winning, but then Kyle O'Reilly jumps him, and that suplex onto the steel steps looked phenomenal, and Kyle O'Reilly's looming over Adam Cole. And there it is.